Here we go. Another match for the fine folks at home.
Doesn't
It's
Karna look a little bit like a Jedi?
I was going to say more of a Sith Lord, but okay.
Aren't Sith Lords like fallen Jedis?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay, cool. Because they do have the Force.
Oh, man. I mean, he's definitely been taking some names and growing in power.
Yeah, Karna's strong player.
Young Emperor Palpatine when he's just a chancellor. Last week, he's taken Shockwave over Denti, which is one thing. But last week, he took it over Dakpo, which I think is massive.
And the best part about that, I was watching at home. T-Lock stream, you're watching it now, but remember in the future, he lost. And then he had to come back. He had to crawl back and win 2 sets, and he did it. So that means there was something in his kit, in his mind, where he's like, uncheck that, check that, uncheck that, check that.
I mean, he calls it the zone. That's what he is. That's what he says. And he's been reading a lot about the zone, right? Where it's like almost the state of being or existence where you become like the best version of yourself. And for him, it happens a lot whenever he has his back against the wall and he's like, man, I don't think this is looking really impossible for me. I don't think I can do this. And a small part of him asks, wait, what if I could? And then he flips that mindset on. And I think that's what happened, right? He loses in winners finals. And then he's just like, I don't think I could beat this guy. And the switch flips.
Wow.
And he's able to bring it all the way back. But we got to talk about SSGuy, of course, as well. Playing a much more of a turtle style. But the one thing is that Karna is so good at rushing you down, 1. And 2, playing a character like Sheik means that he has his own projectiles. Projectiles that have pretty decent knockback on them as well, especially at those higher percents. So SSGuy has to probably mix up his style a bit and figure out ways to combat this pseudo-aggressive style that we're going to be seeing from Karna.
I'm liking how SSGuy is using Leaf Shield. Interesting option, a little dangerous, but he hasn't been punished for it yet. I also like how he's using the Crash Bomb and trading needles for Crash Bomb. That's really interesting. You'll take like 3-4 damage. He'll also put the pressure on Karna, on Sheik, by trading in that situation.
Karna has to be really on point with his shield game in particular, because if he's not careful, that Crash Bomber combined with the Saw can potentially break his shield.
So yeah, throwing the Leaf Shield, something you might opt to do when you're at a certain distance. It is a pretty large projectile that travels just slowly enough to catch a lot of people out of a lot of things. Ooh, that was a Protect, and if he lemoned, he could have done a lot with that. Just saying, that was a Protect into a flop saying he could have locked him.
Why don't you explain a Protect for those who may not be too familiar with your series?
So like, it's short for pratfall attack, and it's the attacks where you get hit off a platform, or when you get hit, you slide, basically. You don't tumble, you don't hard hit, you don't fall, you slide, and those are ideal for knocking people off platforms and doing guaranteed follow-ups. They're also the weak moves, right? They're weak hits, and right there.
Oh man, what did I tell you, Kirby Kid, about that shield game from Karna? Really solid, perfect shield. Allowed him to find that F smash and take the first stock in this game.
It's looking a little bit like the finale of 20XX, Sheik versus Mega Man.
Except the music is way less hype. Can we please turn this off?
Someone
go into the stage music selection and just make this like never. Please.
Shoutouts to Karna for helping in that video. He was one of the Sheiks.
Oh yeah.
So I have a lot of experience in this particular matchup.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I was the Mega Man and he was the Sheik in the video, and we were playing real matches to get some of that footage.
And what did you feel like you really struggled with whenever you're playing against him?
So
what is he so good at?
He can react, which is ridiculous. He walks up to you and looks at what you do very carefully and picks the right option. That's already terrifying. He's got really good bouncing fishes. You saw in the video, Mega Man just kept dying from bouncing fishes. SSGuy much smarter, but watch out. Like, yeah, he'll go for those bouncing fishes. So you don't want to throw projectiles.
Oh,
needlessly.
I like the ideology from Karna there. He was expecting that SSGuy had a chance of potentially not sweet spotting the recovery. That's why he put out the Vanish hitbox. Oh, beautiful tech from SSGuy after that nice bouncing fish from Karna. Back at center, Karna in a nice position, doesn't find the upper afterwards. SSGuy has some time to pull out the Leaf Shield. Nets a grab because Karna was trying to shield it, and maybe a chance now to take a stock. He wasn't quick enough. I think he was maybe trying to set up for a trump, but he may have misjudged his landing, and Karna was able to just get the up air after that grab.
So, very difficult match for Mega Man SSGuy in this place. I think what he needs to do is say, hey, wait a minute. I can't play from far away because I'm losing to needles. And I need to be careful about when I jump because bouncing fishes can come in. He needs to get into mid to close range.
Yes.
And the best way to do that confidently is with some good shield work and foot positioning and picking spots. So let's see if SSGuy closes the gap a little bit more. I'd love to tell him this. Who's in his pocket? Who's talking to SSGuy?
And we got.
Can I be right back? Can I go talk to SSGuy?
You could if you want to.
Starting.
But you got to be on the mic. While we have a little bit of time, quick shout out to Elkopod with those Elko stats saying that Karna is 2-0 in sets against SSGuy. That is all-time record is 2-0.
Oh, thanks for the stats.
Shout out to Elkopod, who I think is at home right now watching the stream. Those
I think
Elko
he's
stats,
at
they come
home in
clutch.
the lab giving us stats.
No, man, his stat game is so good.
So SSGuy is picking a somewhat unfamiliar level, somewhat lumpy level, and that's going to really break up things like needles. In the third transformation, the stage is tilted, may break up needles, may not.
Dealing with needles, I think it's a pretty big part of this matchup.
This stage has a wall, which is great for wall kicks, but you know, Sheik has a cling and a wall kick, which is better to have both.
Oh, nice.
Okay, survive.
Oh. Woo! Yeah, the transformation. Oh, man, that's bad. That is so unfortunate for this guy. Transformation ends up putting it so that he's right on the left side of the stage, and Karna had an easy KO opportunity.
So Karna has what I was describing before as presence of mind. He wasn't phased by that transformation. He was just going in and adapting on the fly.
And that reaction, so solid.
So let's see if SSGuy can close in mid-range. Yeah, stay close, stay close. You have good forward airs and back airs. Yeah. Up airs. Yes.
Man, those disjointed back airs doing a nice job of putting the little bit of percentage on Karna, but I mean, I feel like he needs so much more to make up for how much of a stock loss he's at right now.
You know what he could do? So if he was more confident with his lemons, he could get Karna in a whiff punish lemon setup, lock him on the ground, then walk him to the side of the stage, and could have cleared off on the left side. That would have been pretty cool. Okay, so this is the part where the stage is tilted. Let's see if those needles can be used from a long distance.
Oh, man.
Karna is deadly. It's ridiculous.
And he has really good coverage with his options. He'll use Bouncing Fish and then use Nair right afterwards in case someone's trying to attack. That time doesn't need to. Bouncing Fish connects right on the money. And Karna extends his record against SSGuy to 3-0 by taking that set 2-0.
Wow. It's hard.
It's tough. It's hard out there for
It's
a Mega
Karna.
Man.
So what do we got? That matchup is so weird, right?
It is.
The lack of so okay. Mega Man doesn't have the